Alrighty, it's kind of getting some improvements done on a couple of my stuff. Trying to improve the side picture on these fine pieces here because I'm cheap and I'm gonna do it with a with a nail polish because that's cheap and much better than regular black, if you like. So I was listening to some YouTubes in the background and whatnot, YouTube videos, if you like, and they and this whole California assault gun registration came into the play. I mean, it's been on my playlist for what, ever since beginning of the month of June of 2018. So those, and I'm taking those poor bastards. They have until the end of this month to either register their firearms, which is idiotic, comply, which is again idiotic, or basically get rid of them, or keep them disassembled until they want to shoot it, and you cannot do that in a state. So you basically, in essence, you have to travel across into, I guess, Arizona or somewhere if you want to shoot your sporting rifle AR. And I'm thinking, where is NRA in all this mess? I mean, aren't they supposed to, protect your rights and whatnot? I mean, they're very loud when it's time for you to pay your dues and whatnot. But any single time something happens and the libtards request, one more gun rights to be chipped away from you as a gun owner, they kind of go on a, to me, they have been on, NRA has been on a defense, I don't know, past what, 10, 15 years? Every single time either San Bernardino happens or Orlando Pulse shooting happens or any of the David Hogg BS happens, don't get me wrong, I really sympathize with all those people that perished. And again, it's don't blame the breed, blame the owner if you like. But the whole point is, where is NRA? Shouldn't they be protecting our rights, our gun owners' rights? To me, with the problem with libtards like that is they always chip away your gun rights one by one, and it's always the same story every single time. Oh, we just need this one. We just need that one. We just need one more. You shouldn't be having. Nobody needs a 30 round magazine. You should be perfectly fine with 10, or in Canada with 5. Why you need assault style weapon in the first place? And whatnot. And it's like every single time it's little by little. You cannot have this, you cannot have that, you cannot have a detachable magazine, you have to have a tool to release it. So every single time you have to go through hoops and loops to comply with those new reasonable gun laws. And every single time, oh, this is the last time. No, this is just it. That's where we're done. And then something else happened, and it's the whole new set of rules. And every single time you're backing into the corner more and more and more and more. And I'm thinking, no. NRA, I'm paying your dues, you need to step in. You need to be on offense. You cannot deal with these libtards like that and basically complying with their rules, because what they're doing is they're saying, hey, you shouldn't be having, let's say, you shouldn't be having a 9mm. That's too much. That's too much. You should be perfectly happy with, or let's say, with, I want to talk about with something like this, right? It's smaller, right? And it's 25. So and NRA comes in and say, well, we still like to keep our 9mm, and that's kind of we stand firmly with, we need to have our 9mm, and then the lifters will go, well, how about the 9mm Kurtz? That's reasonable. That's reasonable, and they finally decide, well, okay, 9mm Kurtz AK-380 is fine, and everybody's allegedly happy. No, you didn't get to keep these rounds. You lost these 2 rounds in their negotiation. I mean, this has been going on since what, Kennedy was assassinated, and mind you, those gun laws back then, they were actually reasonable, in my opinion, and I'm really loose about that, because those gun laws were actually what something would normal would institute. Basically, if you're mentally challenged, mentally ill, if you're on heavy drugs, if you have criminal felony record or something like that, I mean, that's all okay. You have to have a background check if you're buying a brand new gun. If you're buying from a person on the side of the street or something like that, I mean, I guess that's okay. I don't know about that, but anyway, that's another story. But then at the same time, you know, you have then Obama comes in and say, oh, we need to, you know, do assault gun, which also happened, and Congress let it lapse. NRA didn't say, oh yeah, we get the you know, assault gun ban, you know, dismantled. No, it was just elapsed in 2004 or something like that. So I don't want to hear about that. They haven't had our back then. They just let it lapse. Congress just let it lapse. They didn't. They tried to reinstate it. They couldn't. So NRA didn't do too much in that situation like that. So the problem with the NRA, you have to go on offensive. You have to say, you know, which part of shall not be infringed does not come in your thick skulls. I don't want to have just this and maybe that and this one if I have a special license. No, I want to have. Where's my dump box? I want to have this. I want to have that. I want to have this. I want to have 380 special. I want to have, what's that, 8mm or something like that. I want to have them all. That's my right. Unless I'm mentally retarded or something like that, I want to have them all because that's my right. And I want to keep them all. I want to keep them in my car. I want to keep them in my home. I want to take them to my work. I want to take them to my school if I want to. That's my right. Oh, but think about the children. Oh, they're shooting the children. Again, fully sympathize with the people who lost their kids and the kids who got killed. But that particular gun-free zone for school properties was instated in what, 1990? And ever since then, 80-something% of the school shooting happened in those gun-free zones. See, they don't work, do they? But don't explain that to the libtard. They just work that way. So what I'm saying is, for NRA to get my money, for me to continue to pay their dues, they need to get on offensive. And they want, and I want to see some of my gun laws, my gun rights being assigned back to me. If I want to have a 50 BMG in California, I want to have it. I should have it. If I want to have an open carry, if I want to, I'm fine with that. I should have it. I should have a concealed carry no matter where I go in the whole United States, and not state by state by state, you know, city by city and whatnot. No. If I want to drive a freaking tank down the street, if I have a license for that, I want to have it. Anyway, end of rant.